Hey guys, it's Quinn. PTSD while black. Um, okay. I have I've just started speech therapy last week and I'm having a hard day. I think I did too much yesterday and this morning, and I'm I'm experiencing still the symptoms from my concussion. And it's very subtle, and it took me a while to realize that in the midst of crying, frustration, and anger, that was what was happening. When I initially had the concussion, um, if I tried to think too much, if I tried to cook or prepare a meal or organize things, I not only got really tired, but I also got very agitated. I would have feelings of like mistrust or um, self-pity, a lot of self-pity, but like that nobody cares about what I'm going through. I had a lot of that when the concussion first happened, and I recognized this morning I was having a moment of that. Like it was just like irrational um, resentment, irrational paranoia that like, oh my God, that I'm left out of the communication and stuff like that in the household. And I had to realize, I'm like, okay, what have you been doing with your brain this week? And it's sad that I have to include that as part of um, my reality and part of my processing. But like in the last couple of days, I'm a secretary for a support group, and so I physically go and I set up the room. Um, and I almost chaired the meeting. I didn't chair the meeting yesterday. But then in another support group, I am helping to design a website for them, and I'm feeling like the pressure, I guess, of being able to handle this and being trying to be normal and expect it to be normal when my brain isn't normal and my body isn't normal, and it's challenging. But I'm doing these little volunteer things so that I can hopefully build up some tolerance or ability or understanding of what I'm going through, so that I hope to someday get to be part of the workforce again. So I'm doing these little volunteer opportunities, and today I didn't do my other secretary duties at another group because I was just all over the place and could not get myself together this morning. Um, but I have that going on, plus jury duty. Uh, I had a jury duty summons last week, and so it was really affecting like the panic more than anything, trying to remember to call to check in. And of course, the one day that I did not call, because they changed the time from 5 p.m. to 11:30 a.m., I was at speech therapy. So I didn't call, and they were like, oh, you failed to appear for a jury summons. And so it was just really panic inducing and nerve-wracking. And then on top of it, there for speech therapy they want me to practice stuttering, and what I'm finding is it brings on the stutter more for like a good 5 to 10 minutes after me practicing for just 2 minutes, 2 to 5 minutes of practice. They want me to practice stuttering and practice getting out of the stutter, the two techniques they have me doing, which is prolonging the word or pausing and saying the word. And it's really taxing, confusing, and it's combined with the PTSD. It's the fear that, oh my God, I can't stop this comes up. So it makes that a whole lot worse than it needs to be. Um, and I just really felt like I had a really bad overreaction to um, like my husband not communicating with me today about his work schedule. He asked me, he's like, are you going to be able to drive me to work today? And I'm just like, dude, I just took all of my, I'm also trying on a medication for anxiety. Um, just started that on Wednesday, and it's really messing up my sleep cycle. I've been taking it at night. The pharmacist said to take it at night, it would make me drowsy. Um, and I'm only doing a half pill at night, and I'm finding I'm more wide awake at night taking this medication than I am drowsy. So this morning I decided, okay, I'm just going to switch it up for today because I thought my husband was going to be home. So if I need to drive anywhere, he would be able to do that for me. And so I took my medicine, and then he's asking me to drive him to work. I'm just like, I can't do that for you. And it was just like this whole, like this really whole huge emotional reaction of like, oh my God, I can't do this life. Like I was in that deep pit of, I can't be here. I don't deserve to be here. I can't do this was coming up a lot. And like the pity party with my husband, I'm like, you didn't have a concussion. You could have at least let me know 24 hours in advance, so that I can be mentally prepared for this versus trying to figure out, can I do this? Can I do not, suddenly. Um, and anyway, I felt all those old feelings coming on that were feelings that I had right after the concussion. And what I was really feeling is that I was not myself today. I was really not feeling myself. And I'm on birth control now because we're trying to um, regulate my symptoms because they seem to get worse around when my cycle will happen. But my cycle's been out of whack since the concussion. And I'm like, these 2 weeks, I should be PMDD stuff happening, and I'm like, I'm stressed out. I'm reacting as if I'm going through PMS today. Um, and so it's like, yeah, it's just really nerve-wracking. Today's not my best day, and I can say that today's not my best day, but I'm recognizing, or at least I was able to pull back and see that that I was experiencing still the concussion symptoms, and it was good to just stop there. And I can see the difference in immediately after the concussion happened, I didn't know that all this stuff would be going on. But now that I've been going to brain injury support groups, now that I'm going to therapy, now that I'm doing affirmations in the morning, now that I'm journaling and listening to my feelings, I can kind of see the difference between, oh, this is going on. But there's a real thing with concussions of not knowing who you are anymore, losing your sense of identity. I couldn't tell my husband goodbye today. Usually we'll say see you later. I couldn't. I was just like, I can't even do that. It was just like that. Um, yeah, it was that bad. Um, so I just don't like this lack of control. But it's just for today. It's just in this moment is what I'm having to remind myself, and realizing that I'm like not accepting myself as I am in this moment. I'm not normal. I'm doing all these things to get back to normality, and people perceive me as normal and capable when I can create things and I can design things, but then I lose words. I lose memories. I'm losing who I really am and feelings. And it's terrifying. It's terrifying. I don't wish a brain injury on anyone. Um, yeah, it's really terrifying. I really don't want to practice stuttering, to be honest, because it's it triggers more stuttering, and it makes it difficult to focus. So I don't know how I'm gonna talk to my EMDR therapist about it, because like I don't know um how to do this with the PTSD. Like the the stuttering triggers powerlessness, which starts the PTSD spiral. And so I could at least see it today, so that's some progress. Um, yeah, I've had better days. Today's just, I'm not on top of the world. And when I was younger, when I'd have days like this, I would stop and I would go do my hair, or I would put on my makeup. And I thought about it, but like I've been crying so much that I would just have smeared makeup, and I'm not going to a goth club today, so I don't think that's gonna happen. But yeah, this is not how or where I want to be at the moment. But I'm good. I'm glad I can see it. I'm glad I can see it as it's happening. So that's some progress. I don't know if any of this made any sense, but whatever. Till next time. Peace.